it's Coach Manny with you again. As always, it's my pleasure to be here. I'm excited. And today, we're going to talk some more about sales. If you want to find us, of course, there's our number up there. You remember that we're always here trying to create that better world. And you see I got my board full of stuff tonight, right? And the reason I have it full is because the question tonight is, why aren't you qualifying people? Why do you keep trying to sell people who aren't qualified? We got some reasons up here, and we're going to walk through them a little bit in the process of trying to educate you that spend some time, qualify the buyer, and watch what happens to your business, your life, your career. I see so many people out there, so many companies, they're trying to sell, but they're wasting so much time, energy, and effort trying to sell people who are never going to buy. So many salespeople get fired because they've spent their time with people who are never going to buy. So many churches are trying to grow out there, and they're not going after the people that they could attract. Why is it that we spend that time? Is it we're afraid of that word? No. Is it that it's easier to work somebody who's never going to buy than not to work anybody? I don't know. But let's look at what I have up here for you today are some of the questions that will help you better in qualifying. Now, you still have to ask those questions, and you have to accept that the answer means something, and you have to take the appropriate action. So let's walk through them a little bit. First of all, what's your budget? You don't know how many times I talk to people and I work with people and I try to train people. You have to ask the question. How much money do you have to spend? Look, if I sell a $10,000 product and you only have $500 to spend, I know you're not going to be able to buy what I have to sell. Why go through the cycle? Maybe you need practice if you're new, but we all need practice, but do you really want to sell somebody who's never going to buy? If you sell big ticket items, you're a little better usually. If I sell $1 million items, I usually get a little better at qualifying. But, even a $5,000 item, if I don't have $5,000, I'm not a buyer. And so question 2 there, if they said, well, I don't really want to tell you, or I really can't tell you, or I really don't know. Really don't know doesn't work. Because how can you be out there buying something if you have no idea what it's going to cost? Look at the simple thing. If I go to buy a laptop computer, well, I don't know, I just buy, I have $500, or I have $1,000, or I have $1,500, whatever, and that's the number I work with. So the next question is, I always say, okay, well, is $10,000 too much? And then I watch the face. And if the face drops, you say, whoa, we're way ahead of where they want to be. Or is $2,000 okay? And they say, sure. See, ask that second question. Because if you can't get your hands around how much money they're willing to spend, why are you there? The third question is, who signs the check? In other words, if we come to an agreement today, and if you like what I have to say, can you write out the check? Or do you have to go back and ask 16 other people? If you're on a personal side or a consumer side and you're selling couples, never sell one person. Get them both in there. Because it's so easy to say, well, I got to check with my wife. I have to ask my husband. And chances are usually that the person's in there is not the buyer. Just like if you're selling partnerships, and all the key partners need to be there when you're trying to work with them. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Number 4. Are you buying this week? In other words, what's the timetable? This month, this quarter, if you sell big ticket items, there could be a lot of lead time on them. But the point is, that's the question. When are you going to make the buying decision? When? If I have 100 prospects in my pipeline. I should be working those that are going to buy this week, not those that are going to buy a year from now. Number 5, and this is where you got to be really careful, and you got to watch out, and you got to watch yourself. Are you just being called in because they need another quote? So you ask the simple question. I have to ask you this because this is kind of looks like you pretty much understand everything. Am I just here so you can get another price, or are you really looking at what we have to sell? And people are afraid to ask that question. Why? Why are you afraid? Because they might tell you the truth, or because they might lie to you. But either way, you need to know. And it's part of the buying process. So much of what I'm teaching you here today makes you nervous. Makes it so that the prospect might not buy. Well, guess what? I want to know early, and I want to know soon whether they're going to buy. I don't want to keep working with them, and they're not going to buy. Number 6, why are you looking at us? In other words, there are many people out there that sell what we do. Why are you looking at us? Well, I just got your name from the yellow pages, or that's okay. Or Jim, your friend, recommended you. Now that's a lot better. That's a lot more positive. It's key. Why are you looking at us? Because if they have a good reason for looking at you, they have a good reason for buying from you. And what are your expectations? In other words, what do you expect in product, service? What do you expect from me? What do you expect from our company? You need to know that. Because you see, if you can't meet the expectations, then even if you close the deal, it's never going to be good. It's never going to be beautiful. This isn't the kind of deal that you're looking for. What are the expectations of the buyer? What are your expectations? When I sell coaching, what are your expectations for working with me? Well, I expect to build my business 10 times as big as it is today. That's wonderful, but that's an out-of-line expectation. I expect to buy this server, and I expect it to run my computers throughout the world. Well, that server that you're looking at isn't powerful enough to do that. What are the expectations? And it all comes down to these 4 things here. I think you can see that if I move kind of out of the way here. Do they have the money? Do they have the authority? Is the time now or within your cycle, and can you meet their expectations? Please take note of that. Do they have the money? No. Get out. Do they have the authority? No. Find somebody within that organization, get them in the meeting who does have. What is the time frame? Are they going to buy? If they're not going to buy till next year, move them lower in the pipeline. And if you can't meet the expectations they're looking for, you've got to move them into something else that you sell, or move them. This is Coach Manny Nowak saying, qualify your buyers, watch your business, ministry, company, self, career, watch it grow. Get better at qualifying. You know where to find us? On the web. Check out our blog. We got a lot of great stuff out there. It's great to be here with you. It's Coach Manny Nowak saying, have a great day. Go out and create a better world. Thank you.